Hi guys, this is Dolly with Good Life Gardenscapes. I quilt a little bit and I wanted to share my technique using a PVC quilting frame. It's not that big, maybe 4 by 3 feet. It's by Dritz. But when I do my quilting, pardon me, I use paper, and what I do is I get an idea of what design I want and I'll do it in pencil, and then what I do is put the tacky spray, and then I'll use my quilting tag gun to just so it won't move, and I place it down. But how I get this is I do my pencil tracing, you'll see there, right there, and then I will go to my sewing machine and use the 12 stitch per inch and just stitch it through. And you can make your changes. You see here where I've made a change. I said, well, that was just too intricate. And so I just made like this triangle. And so, as you go along, you can make your little changes as you're sewing. And then what I do is, this is the same sheet. I'll do 6 of them. And so here, where it doesn't meet up, I will just make that adjustment as I'm quilting the piece. And I use my own design. This is no copyright thing by anybody else, but it's just something I thought of. I was sitting getting ready to go to bed, and I'm like, hey, I have this quilt, thinking about it, like, what will I do? So when I quilt, this is what I use. And I'll quilt through the paper, and I'll let them stay on until the first one. Once I connect the top sheet or this sheet or that sheet and like that, then I can start removing paper. And how you remove this, it keeps you on track as your stitch length. And so when I remove this, what I'll do is get a little water bottle or a sprayer and just spray all where it's quilted, and then the paper will just tear away from it. So it's easy even to remove if you just wet this. This is just regular typing paper, and I don't use new stuff. I work at a school, so they print a lot of things for the kids and throw it away. So I just bring that paper home and use that. If you can see here, this is what it looks like on the back. So I'm not buying anything. It's free to even do this. So as I quilt along, I can make my adjustments where it will meet, and then it's just a continuous design, and then I will place it the same way, and then I'll do it at the top, and you see how I tried to match the design as I ended it, and I have something here where I'll have to change this just a little bit as I'm quilting, and so I will pencil trace the change or whatever I do to it, and then continue. And most of them will meet up at a point, and I just started on this one, so now I needed to see where this one will start and end, and I ended the stitch here, and you just end it like any quilt thread, and then you'll start. I'll lift this up a little, pull my thread through, at least give it a 3/4 of an inch feed, with my knot, and then I will pick up here. So as soon as I pick up all this onto this sheet, well, then this sheet can go away. And to me, I find it easier, especially if you got the little quilt rack. This quilt rack, I'll show you, it's the PVC one, and I'm almost sure Dritz is the one, the manufacturer. Let me see the box. Okay, here you go. This is what it is, and it's by Dritz, if you can see. So that's the manufacturer of this, and it fits anywhere. And if you don't want to remove your quilt, another thing is sometimes I can just take the bottom crossbar off, or just flip it over. I'll put a towel down and flip it over, so I don't have to remove this till it's finished. And then I always keep it in the rack. Another thing about this rack, it's easy.